This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yo, you want to restart this or what?
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25.
I bet. No, I'll join the party though. You want to go white? It don't matter to me. I'm about to put that red on. It's not even letting me join the party. Like, this shit crazy.
State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And now they'll throw with Lance. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Lance. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle there to make the grab. And the Niners are on the board here first in the season opener. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
It's not easy. Yes, it is.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And Jones is going to put it in the hands of Barkley on the option. Barkley a 1st down and more. And all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing Jones. That one tipped and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now Jones. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get, down he goes. The 49ers get there. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football. Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jones.
Man, yo, these niggas don't block. These niggas don't block.
Incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts.
Got the whole line shedding.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And down he'll go at the 25. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run. 2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. 6-0 our score after 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They hand it off to Mostert. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now. 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game. And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, Lance. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Jones on first down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's got this down to the 35. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw. Jones trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the 49ers are going to get the football here at their own 23. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page. Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Lance. This one,
man, come on. That is pit.
There he goes onside. Touchdown, 49ers. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man. Now the 49ers electing to leave the offense out there and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score. Yeah, they normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they've got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on. It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? From the 22, Jones to the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here pulled in by Galladay. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now Jones on 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones.
Yo, this nigga is
and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. To Barkley on the check down. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Here's Jones. Throwing on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Niners will take over here just shy of the 30. Second straight drive now here, Charles, and it ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
I got a
flag. Wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd down and goal. Lance. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
it's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A short kick taken at the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
This shit's annoying.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got Slayton on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, he's going to look down.
Like what?
Barkley. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
I mean, I don't care. Like,
2nd and 5 now. Lance.
Like, the fact
that falls to the ground, incomplete.
I really don't care.
A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
I just don't know. Come here, bring me back to the party.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
It's still not letting me join. Man, this PlayStation is so fucking retarded.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Jackson. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And
like,
it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
O-line is terrible. Kelly will hold a block for like 3 seconds.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Jones now on 1st down. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Not much there, only a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Like, bro, like, come, like, is that, like, this shit retarded. Like, how are they not calling that pass interference? Nigga bumped him like 4 times. Like, come on now.
And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Gee, I tell you, man.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle, and it is 28-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
And this nigga is D-line using me, too, bro. That's just like, it's O-line. Niggas don't want to get open.
Looking to throw. Jones looking deep here for Ebron. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Jones. Short little throw to Ebron. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. That's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another 1st down run right there.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Like this nigga, bro. Like I'm telling you, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This game is not for me. This game is not for me. Like I can't play this shit. Like this game just gets terrible every fucking year. Every fucking year.
A handoff to Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Bro just got an instant shot for the 5th time this game.
Thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right.
Did you just lob that?
Got it. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley there to make the grab. And the Giants are finally into the end zone.
This call is done down. Yes. Good, thank you.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Yeah.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to... And he's free going down.
I clicked off and he still missed the touch.
The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, Raheem Mostert, we know the story. From special teamer to postseason hero, all he needs is a little bit of space, CD, and he can do the rest.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the 4th quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs. And that was an A+ effort right there.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Niggas want to catch the ball. Niggas want to throw the ball right. That's crazy. I ain't even sure.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Once again, he finds Slayton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
Like, this nigga just got thrown to the fucking ground.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated.
Like, is that...
receivers were covered, and
like,
he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
That's what
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's wide open. That's wide open.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And the Niners are going to take over here up near the 40. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Why cannot throw shit like that?
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw here on target to Hurst. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
26, following a gain of 6. From the 20, line up on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From midfield, here's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the victory here for San Francisco. And we talked so much about.
I have to see something. Because his throw power can't be a 90, but he can't get set feet lead. Oh wait, I gotta do this real quick. Hold on.